And we're back, guys. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy, and I'm thrilled. I am excited to announce Venus Williams, the return. That's right, guys. She has not played a match in nearly 1 year, battling some injuries, but she's back. She looks good. I've been watching her online. The always classy Queen Venus. We're going to talk about Venus Williams and her return in a moment, but we have some unfinished business. Dubai, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We have the hard-hitting Clara Tauson taking on Karolina Muchova. It's going to be a good matchup, guys. These two ladies have never played. This is the other half of the semifinal. We're also going to talk about Mira Andreeva and Elena Rybakina. But first, Clara Tauson, she's here after taking out Rebecca Shramkova in the first round. Svitolina in the second round in 3 sets. Sabalenka hits hard in the round of 16 in straight sets. And Linda Noskova in straight sets. Now, I felt that Linda Noskova tried to fight a firefight with the more stronger opponent. No idea why Tauson was the underdog. They just played at the Australian Open. And Tauson, she pretty much dominated Linda. I mean, I felt she did a really good job showing mental toughness, defending, covering the ground, coming forward. And if she plays like that, she's going to be tough for anyone to beat because she's so strong. And I just feel sometimes she gets a bad rap because she doesn't give that full effort that we know she can. I mean, she's freaking like 22 years old. She's pretty young, you know. She still has the youth. She has the power that's getting stronger and better every day. I just feel it's a mental issue with Clara Tauson, and she's got to be in shape too. Taking on Muchova, it's going to be a tough match. Now, Karolina Muchova she's 9-4 in the year. She's here after beating really good competition as well. Susan Layman's in the first round, Emma Raducanu. And we're going to talk about that fan that disrespected Emma Raducanu. I'm probably going to do another video on that. Unacceptable. And I say it all the time here, Tennis in a Minute. It's about the good energy. And a lot of you people, you come here, you don't realize that YouTube filters the comments. So if YouTube thinks that the comment's inappropriate, if you know they feel it doesn't fit the channel, then they'll remove it. I don't even have to remove comments. YouTube will remove it for me. And sometimes they'll put it in like a list or like they'll put it on in a section. They call it like the approved section, where I'll be honest with you, I don't even look at it. If the comment gets put there, I don't look at it because it's probably some way offensive to the player or, you know, someone else or whatever. So if it gets put there, a lot of times I'm not even looking at that section. So there's hundreds, if not thousands of comments there that I don't even look at it. So if I need to approve it, it doesn't need to be looked at. That's how I view it. But Emma, we'll talk about that shortly. Kessler, and she also took out Sorana Cirstea. She only went one match that went 3 sets. That was with Kessler in the round of 16. And Kessler was up a break, but I say it all the time in the 3rd set. The toughest thing to do in a professional tennis match is hold on. And Clara Tauson's going to have to hold on this roller coaster. Look, Karolina is no Linda Noskova. She's no Sabalenka. She is going to work you. She's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. Not that Sabalenka doesn't, but she does it in a more powerful, overpowering way, where Muchova is just, she's going to give you a wide serve and volley. She's going to make you run for it. She's going to move you front, back, side to side. She's going to move you vertically, horizontally. She's going to switch up the pace when you least expect it. She's very tactical and she's very athletic. And I just feel Tauson's going to be in for a workout. And mentally, I don't know if she's game for this. So I like Karolina to win this match. Next up, Mira Andreeva taking on the giant from Kazakhstan. This is going to be a good match, guys. Now, these two ladies have technically played once on the main tour, but they've played twice if you count the World Tennis League. Listen, a lot of people are going to say, that doesn't matter. It's an exhibition. Listen, Mira beat Elena 6-2. And the amount of money those Saudi princes pay, that was a serious match. They're paying these players slam money. If you think they're not going over there playing hard, you're crazy. That's one of the requirements is to play hard. There's a lot of money at stake. And let's go back to Beijing, though, right? So I did feel that Elena Rybakina, and I talked about it. Go watch the video. I felt she took it easy on Mira. Mira was, so what is Mira, 17? So she was 16 then. She's going to be 18 in April. I felt she took it easy on her, but Mira just beat Iga, guys. She beat Iga. She beat Peyton Stearns, Marketa Vondrousova, Elena Venetian. She beat two slam champions en route to this semifinal. And we're back in a look. She beats Kenin. That's a slam champion, right? We're not going to underestimate Kenin. But Kenin did have a chance to win that second set. She blew it. She beat Badosa, playing well. Utima as well. Here's the thing. Elena Rybakina's back. She's blasting. David's in her corner. That's Stefano's good friend. And right away, you notice her aces improve. Her ace count. Since Stefano, look, she's barely averaged 4 aces on the year without Stefano's. Now David's in her camp. Stefano's a good friend. She's averaging double-digit aces. You think it's a coincidence? No. Because Stefano's going to push her. Elena's talked about in the past how Stefano's has pushed her with her serve to be a better server, right? She's given him the credit. It's clear to me that she needs Stefano's more than he needs her. If Stefanos wasn't suspended, he'd get picked up by another player. It's simple as that. But listen, I'm not going to talk about that mess, but I do think that it's clear that Stefanos is coaching her through David, right? And the reality here is, and I don't think that's far-fetched. They're close. They're good friends. They have a working relationship. So, and her numbers on the serve show, right? That's what's got her here, and that's what was concerning me. She's not even averaging 4 aces a match. That's what got you here. If you can't produce and put your opponents on the back foot with that powerful serve and that strength you have, you're going to be in trouble, right? But also, she's got to take care of her health, and that concerns me as well. And I feel they have to monitor her shoulder, her body language, and take it easy. If they need to reduce her schedule. Take it easy on this young lady. We need her inside the top 10. We need her playing well. She's a big personality, and she's a sweet woman. She really is. And I'm happy that she's back playing well, because I was really concerned. And to see her average now 10 aces per match with David in her corner, it's obvious what they're saying to her. Look, you got to play your game. You have to play your game. You have to play what got you to the top. But this is going to be a tough match, guys. I think Mira can win this match outright. I think she probably will win the match outright. But since she's the underdog, I'm going to go with Mirra to win a set. That's the pick. I like Muchova to win outright, and I like Mirra to win a set. Now, here's the thing. Mirra has amazed me, her strength, even going back 15, 16 years old. When you are that young, 16 years old, to overpower these grown women is amazing. You saw what she did to Iga. She just worked Iga all around, brought her forward, hit passing shots. If she does that to Elena, she's going to beat Elena, right? Take a look at Coco. When Coco's 15 coming up from the main tour, winning those junior slams, she was more defensive, tactical, a lot of topspin. Reminds me of Venus. We're going to talk about Venus soon, right, at that Wimbledon. The youngest player ever to make the Wimbledon draw. I think a Grand Slam draw, actually. Yeah, a Grand Slam draw from qualifiers. And it's just insane, right? Very defensive, a lot of topspin, very tactical. But to see Mira at 16 years old just overpowering these ladies, you remember the hit list, Beatrice Haddad, Leylah Fernandez, Magdalena, just overpowering them. Coco in that first set, crazy, right? Now, I do think that She's going to cause a lot of problems for Rybakina athletically. And as long as she can stay mentally focused, I think she can beat her outright. But the pick is for Mirra to win at least a set. All right, let's get to Venus, guys. Venus Williams, one of my all-time great players. I say it time and time again. She's top 5 on my all-time list. 23 Grand Slam titles. 23 is that magic number for the Williams sisters. 23 Grand Slam titles, the most decorated female the most decorated tennis Olympian of all time, right? We know that, right? 4 gold medals, like nearly 1,000 wins, insane, over 50 titles, 49 singles titles. I've talked about her accolades so much. She's still active on the main tour, so let's just say it. The greatest grass female player of all time in the Open era. The greatest grass female player on tour right now. And guess what? Petra Kvitova, also 2-time Wimbledon champion. She got a wild card as well into the Indian Wells. Now, we know about the drama with the Indian Wells, right? We're going to talk about the drama. But a lot of people don't realize how great it was to watch Venus and Serena together as doubles. They're undefeated in doubles slam finals. Actually, they're undefeated in doubles finals, whether slam or not. They've never lost a final together. Watching Venus literally be a brick wall when playing doubles with Serena was insane. Her wingspan, her reach, she could cover ground. Venus Williams, I can remember a time when Venus was the star, not Serena. Venus was the star. Insane. Now, you kind of knew, and I was watching some podcast, one of the sports podcasts, and the guy asked a question. He said, the greatest sibling sports duo of all time. And one of the football players said, oh, the Watt brothers. And another one said, the Kelsey brothers. And then the guy said, the Williams sisters. And they all said, oh, yeah, that's not even close. Not even a comparison. Watching Venus and Serena play doubles was freaking amazing the way they dominated. They were just ahead of their time. They changed the game. And let's talk about the boycott, guys. We all know 2001. Serena and Venus were set for a semifinal showdown. And by the way, Venus has made the semifinal 3 times at the Indian Wells. This particular match, Venus withdrew due to a knee injury. A lot of people felt that Richard would, coach the girls to say, hey, who's going to win this tournament? Imagine being that good that you got both of your girls there and you could decide who's going to win the tournament. No, I've watched Venus and Serena play, and Serena always wanted to be the star. She always wanted to be the number one. So she would play Venus very tough and hard, and she would play to beat her because you knew Venus was that. She was that household, but you saw Serena coming up, and you knew Serena was going to catch her because Serena was just so determined. Plus, she was shorter and stronger, and you just knew it. She just had that will to win, and that's the thing about Venus. She's so elegant, classy, and graceful. Maybe sometimes a little too nice, hugging your opponents after losing a slam, but she's just sweet. She knows it's a game, right? You live another day. You always come back tomorrow and try harder. But Venus had that eye of the tiger attitude, and you saw it. And you knew eventually Serena was going to pass Venus. You knew it. But 1994, guys, she made her debut. And if you saw King Richard, you know, right? Very historic, but just think about this. She's been on the tour for 30 years, 3 decades playing professionally. That's insane. She has played over the span of 4 numeric decades, the 90s, right? The early 2000s, the teens, and now the 20s. She has literally played over 4 decades. All those players have come and gone. She's still doing it. That's a testament to how just she's kept her body fit. But she has had injuries, and we know about the injuries. And that's, I think, the thing that people don't realize, they don't think about. She has had injuries. And before, I'd say the big injury, we all know the big injury right around, well, she had a couple. I mean, 2006, 2011, but she bounced back from that. She was in the slam final at Wimbledon at 2017, right, against Garbiñe Muguruza, which she should have won that first set, which would have been another slam, in my opinion. She's got 7 slams. She's lost 9 other slam final appearances, right? But that SW19 championship match, that first set she blew, she was up. She should have won that. But nonetheless, let's not forget, guys, look, what is that, 7 seasons ago, basically? She made the semifinal at the U.S. Open that same year against Sloane Stephens. Again, up in the third set. Venus should have won that match. Sloane was sweating, probably should have lost it. She went to the Masters. Now, she did win the 2008 Masters, WTA championship. Coco's the reigning and defending champion. She won it in 2008, but 2017, she made it again, where she lost to Caroline Wozniacki. She should have won that, right? But right around, even up to 2019, Venus was still playing at a high level. It's that 2020 season, again, more injuries, that things just haven't been the same. Since 2020, Venus has only won 8 matches. She's lost 32 matches. So a lot of people are wondering, will this be her last season? I do think this will be her last season. Of course, it's going to be a short season. I think she'll have a beautiful send-off at Wimbledon. That's just my opinion. I think it's only rightful. I think it's rightfully so. And I think it's only right because Serena's already had one at the U.S. Open. And I mean, why not? I mean, it could be on the U.S. soil, but I think for one of arguably the greatest grass player in the Open era, why not do it at Wimbledon? Why not? That's just my personal opinion. But again, I don't think whether she continues to play or retire or not, I think it's up to her. It's her choice. Her legacy is not going to be, I don't think her legacy will be ruined or she'll be thought of any less. We all know she's past her prime. She's just doing it because she loves the sport. She's playing because she loves the sport, and that's her prerogative. Do I have a problem with her getting the wild card? Not at all. Give her a wild card. We're going to tune in. We're going to watch her play. Last year, Nehubinu, I thought Nooney was very classy, right? With the rain, I covered that video. Go watch the my last couple of videos where I talked about it. I thought Nooney was very classy. And he gave her the choice. He said, look, I would never do that to you. If it's raining, if you feel uncomfortable, look. And I saw the supervisor come over there. He kind of gave Nooney a hard time. He's like, look, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If you feel uncomfortable, we're not going to play. I would not do that to you. So pretty cool. And I talked about how he did that with Coco the other day against Kessler. So Nooney's just a class act. But that match against Nehubinu last year at the Indian Wells, it went 3 sets. And the thing with Venus I notice is, her stamina. She's older. I mean, right? She's had knee injuries. She doesn't really close out as well now. She still has a good serve. She still has a good forehand. Still has a good backhand. She just can't close out. The movement's not there. So once her stamina starts to fade, it gets really, really tough for her to compete. And again, the stamina can be improved, but she's got to play more matches. And Venus has said it herself. Doesn't matter how good you are, if you're not playing matches, anyone can beat you. Now, the Miami match against Diana, she did win 6 service games, but a little tough. And I felt she was a little upset seeing Diana in her draw. I think there were some comments, a little bit of back and forth about it. It's tough because, I mean, currently now she's ranked 900. There's really not much you can do with, they're going to give you who they give you ranked 900. You can't. I thought they were generous by giving her Nehabino last year at the Indian Wells in the first round. My personal opinion, if Venus gets any of the taller ladies, like, I mean, you look at her more recent matches that have been competitive. We can go back to 23 on her Tauson Bosch, right? A tournament she's won before, where she beat. I'm sorry, that was Birmingham. She beat Camilla Giorgi, which that went 3, amazing match. And Camilla's just so aggressive, right? She's playing, Venus loves that fastball, so she plays into her style. The same with Ostapenko, that went 3. Venus had the chance to win that match. Fastball, that's her style of play. But take a look at some of the other matches Venus has played, and I'm looking at the taller players, right? I don't know, and she beat Katie Volinets, by the way, in Auckland. Before, now and this was early in the 23 season. She would have beat Lin Zhu, but remember the rain out, and then the match was moved indoors and Venus slid. She almost got hurt. That affected her there. But when she plays the taller players, the Rebecca Marinos, remember that match, DC, I want to say that was the 22 season against Rebecca Marino, 3-set match, right? When she plays, she also played Pliskova good that year. So when she plays the taller players that aren't necessarily that athletic, she's very competitive because it's just ball striking, and she still has her power. She still has her freaking backhand, which is awesome. She still has her serve, but the problem is as her fatigue, as her stamina starts to fade, she gets a little tired. It's very tough on her lift because her knees aren't all there. So she does fault a lot. She faults a lot, right? A lot of these matches where she's been hanging on and up a set or in a third set, the double faults pile up a bit. And I just think that's just her lift. But guys, I'm excited. What do you think? Comment below. As long as Venus is stepping on the court, I'm going to tune in to watch. I don't think her legacy will be affected at all. Play as long as you like. I'm going to tune in. I'll cover the match. We know in your prime, you will spank any of these ladies, whether it's Iga Swiatek, you name it. Elena Rybakina, Sabalenka. In her prime, Venus is going to destroy them. I was watching a video where Venus was playing with Serena. Serena backed up, and Venus just was a brick wall. She literally returned like 10 shots and hit the winner, and Serena didn't even touch the ball. She's like, go, girl. Venus, I'm telling you, I just remember a time where Venus was tennis, and then Serena came up. So, Venus, welcome back. We're going to tune in. Play as long as you like. Hopefully, you can get a win. We'll be excited. Get a win, continue to play more matches. But I do think it would be a beautiful send-off if you leave the sport at Wimbledon. What do you guys think? Tennis in a Minute. We'll be back. Thanks for love and support. The great Queen Venus is back.